Factors involved in healing. In order to present for analysis as many phases of human belief as possible, and in order to indicate how the corrective power of truth through argument can be applied, a number of cases of disease may properly be analyzed. You will find, however, that every case in its final analysis leads to the one conclusion, namely, that what appears to be the claim is really not the claim. Regardless of this, it is necessary, nevertheless, to continue the mental argument in the practice of Christian healing until you can cure without it instantaneously and through spirit alone. You could not be aware of anything that you cognize, whether good or bad, if it did not present itself as a state of mind or consciousness. It must come as a mental argument, even though appearing in the language of things, for you cognize a thing only as an argument. The argument presents itself, for example, that something is wrong, that you are sick for a reason, and so forth. A specific argument about a specific thing. The erroneous argument, coming as the negation of the positive truth, is, like truth, specific and must be met by the specific counter-argument. In mathematics, a mistake about 2 times 2 could not be corrected with the truth about 3 times 3. The specific truth about 2 times 2 is requisite. A specific lie is reversed only by the specific truth. The argument is for that purpose. Were it not employed, the lie would continue to masquerade as the truth and would be accepted by you as true, and you could not see the actual claim. No intelligence is displayed by employing an argument about something that error is not presenting as a specific mistake. Hence the necessity for correct diagnosis, for recognizing the one practitioner, infinite intelligence as the only practitioner, the only MD. Quote, when treating a patient, it is not science to treat every organ in the body, to aver that harmony is the real and discord is the unreal, and then give special attention to what, according to their own belief, is diseased, is scientific. And if the healer realizes the truth, it will free his patient. You meet the arguments of evil, appearing as wrong things, with the arguments of truth in order to convince yourself that what appears on the surface is a mental argument. In other words, a suggestion rather than a thing having something wrong with it. It is necessary to continue the mental argument until you are convinced of this fact, or you will not see that the claim is hypnotic suggestion. Unless you do see this, you will not be able to reverse it instantaneously by spirit, which is pure realization. As an illustration, let us suppose a case of a man under hypnotic influence going through the motions of swimming on dry boards. He is making a strenuous effort to save himself from what he believes to be drowning. On his face is depicted desperate fear, and yet you know that he is only on dry boards and in no danger. But suppose you were so situated, able only to see the terror on the man's face and to hear his cry, "I am drowning," being unable to see that he was on dry boards. Would not you also be convinced that he was in danger of perishing? Your first impulse under such circumstances would doubtless be to run to the man's aid. But the moment you reached him and saw that he was not in water, you would have a tremendous reaction in thought. You would immediately cease trying to save him from water, for you would recognize at once that he was acting under hypnotic influence and that his need was to be freed from the belief that there was a mind that could either hypnotize or be hypnotized. Quote, "No person can accept another's belief except it be with the consent of his own belief. If the error which knocks at the door of your own thought originated in another's mind, you are a free moral agent to reject or to accept this error. Hence, you are the arbiter of your own fate, and sin is the author of sin." Unquote. As a Christian Scientist, your remedy would be to realize immediately the omnipresence of the one mind only, and in the degree that you were successful in this realization, the man would be free from hypnotic influence and would arise, quote, "clothed and in his right mind," unquote. If, on the other hand, you attempted to help him by any material means, as, for instance, lifting him to an upright position or forcing him to stop the motions of swimming, you would find him still persisting in his futile efforts to swim, because he would still be hypnotized. His swimming had nothing to do with water, but was the result of his acceptance of the hypnotic suggestion or belief that he was in water. Under hypnotic influence, he would interpret anything as water, and in order to save himself, would believe that he must continue to swim. In a case of this kind, because the disease is seen as a mental hallucination, it is readily acknowledged that material remedies would be useless. No case can be correctly handled until it is seen as pure hypnotic suggestion. If you can be tempted to believe in a diseased thing or condition, you are powerless to destroy it. Only as every case is seen as a hypnotism are you its master through mind. Mind can only operate in the realm of consciousness, never in the so-called realm of matter.